We have, is this market, is it getting too overloaded with investments? At what point do you just pull your money out? Or is it too overloaded to invest any more than you already have?
Well, we've seen the run up in the market since 2008. So you always hear that. Is the market up too high? We've had, besides, I think 2011 was just a barely negative year. We've had some huge up years after experiencing the huge downfall in 2008. So at what point, how high can the market keep going? That's why this stagnant since January is comforting to me, because it kind of retrenches it instead of just constantly going higher, which is unsustainable. You can't continue to get a 10% rise.
Up must come down at some point.
Right, unless it grows steadily. Yeah. And so, but the thing that's different today than it never has been in the past is we have interest rates that are almost zero, or are zero in some cases. And so when you look at the stock market at an all-time high compared to earnings ratio, you've got to look at interest rates and say, okay, but interest rates have never been this low, so you don't have that competitive nature where people can buy CDs or keep their money in a money market account and earn interest. They're making zero. So some of their only option is to take a little risk and buy a dividend-paying stock and maybe earn a dividend of 3, 4, 5%. It's better than zero. So you got to look at the market may be overvalued now, but it's justified because there's no alternative.
You mentioned low interest rates. It's been that way for home purchases for a while now, which has made some homes move. So if someone is maybe one of the folks that has sold a home and made some money, do they have to worry about paying taxes on any profits they made?
Typically not. I know prior to 2000, that used to be a rule. There used to be some strange rule where if you made a profit on a home, you had to roll it over into a new home. And a lot of people are still under that mentality that I sold my house, I've got so many months, 3 months or 6 months to move it. That's no longer the law. Most people, unless you're probably really wealthy, qualify, if you're single, up to $250,000 in gains from the sale of your own home, and if you're married, up to $500,000 in gains. Now, there are some rules on that, like you've got to be lived in your house the last 2 or 5 years, you've had to own it for at least 5, so you got to check with your CPA on the particulars. But that old rule where you have to roll your gain over or pay taxes is no longer around. So it's something you need to definitely look at the IRS law or update. Don't be concerned about that.
All right, thank you. Chad Countess, a financial advisor, joining us in the studio today, answering some of your viewer questions. Chad, thank you for being here.
Okay.